great all-time SNL skits is you playing football with the kids.
I tell you, the footballs were like laughable and they weighed nothing. I still say the out route that I hit on the kid running toward the portalet, one of the best throws I've ever made.
Carlin versus Joe. Weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and on SiriusXM Channel 80. Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
I identify with Steelers fans who look at the organization and yes, the winning streak is alive. The winning season streak is alive. Yes, they still are overcoming a lot to be able to get there. But they're probably looking at this and saying, it's not enough. We're the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're the Steelers. Look at all the success we've had. Getting a winning season is
Morning, everybody. Merry Christmas. Got a fun show for you today.
Des Moines is 102.1 FM and 1350 ESPN, Des Moines sports leader.
And that one's gone!
A Des Moines radio group station. The following show on 102.1 FM and 1350 ESPN Des Moines is paid for by Outdoors Tradition TV, LLC.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
All once you get on and rock and roll.
Ready?
Yep, 1, 2, 3, go.
All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday all across the good old U.S. of A. Got a fun show for you today. We're going to be talking a little fake fantasy football. It's the playoffs, and I've got one of the best prognosticators. Is that the right word? Prognosticators of fake football in the country. Howard Bender from Fantasy Alarm is going to be joining us here in a second. And I'm kind of giving you my cheat code for my fantasy football leagues when we do the Outdoors Dan radio leagues, because I use Howard a lot, listen for tips and stuff. So I'm going to kind of share my cheat code with you today. Then we'll talk a little deer season recaps, and then we've got our good friend Mr. Speed, the cookie barbecue sauce man, and we're going to talk to him about some outdoor stuff. And it's going to be just a show. It's our Christmas show. So I'm actually trying to do 4 things at once right now. And there we go. I got that posted on Twitter or X, whatever that's going. So we're here. So, hey, and then if that wasn't enough for you for a show, we're going to have the winners for the Outdoors Dan Christmas Bonanza. Yeah, we're giving away a couple bows today. And then we got some other fun stuff. And just celebrating Christmas time. It's going to be a fun program for you. All right, if you want to call in, you can call in. Show line 515-244-1350, 515-244-1350. You can always message me. Got a bunch of people watching on Facebook Live. Scotty Mueller in Oklahoma. How's it going, Scotty? Tony, good to see you. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Richard. What's up, Richard? Richard, good to see you, buddy. Scotty. Everybody, good to see everybody. Thank you very much. We got a lot to do. Hey, the show's brought to you in part by our good friends out at Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage in Carlisle. $60 a month, 1 month free when you pay for a year. You get a 12 by 50 huge spot. Secure gauge, 24/7 access. I keep my stuff down there. It's a great spot for you to put your camper, trailer, your boat, whatever you need a storage for. They'll take great care of you. Just fill out an application and find your spot. Locally owned and operated. Tracy, Dick, or Danielle will take great care of you. Tell them the Outdoor Guy sent you. 515-822-1362 will get you covered. Let's head over to the phones, and we're going to go talk to my cheat code, my man that has helped me get to the fantasy playoffs, Mr. Howard Bender at Fantasy Alarm. Hi, Howard.
Hey, what's going on, Daniel? How are you today?
Are you able to function this early?
Am I able to function this early? I'm usually up about an hour before this right now because I'm usually working on the DFS playbook over at Fantasy Alarm. So, it's 5 a.m. here on a Saturday morning, but I'm good to go, my friend.
It's 5 a.m. right now, and are you in New York?
No. I'm out in California.
Oh, I didn't know that, Howard. I thought you were in New Jersey or New York or in that area.
Well, I kind of give off that New York vibe because that's where I'm born and raised. But
Oh.
yeah, I moved out west in '07. My wife and I just rolled up the stakes and moved west because we're a bunch of deadheads who are getting called home by the mothership.
A bunch of deadheads. You know, I was out west. You're in California, you said?
Yes, sir.
I was in California when I was in the military. My last duty station was Camp Pendleton, and I got back to the Midwest as soon as I got out. I got my last In-N-Out burger and hit the road.
Well, the In-N-Out burger is probably one of the most overrated burgers known to mankind. So I can understand why you would quickly leave after eating one of those.
Well, you got to remember though, I was eating Marine chow for 4 years.
Still, you know what? I'd rather have an MRE than eat In-N-Out.
Oh, Howard, come on now. Yeah. Hey, I got to tell you, you were very kind to have me on your program Thursday, and I was very honored to do that. I had a lot of fun doing it, and thank you for giving me that kind of exposure on your platform.
Well, I mean, listen, it was my pleasure. We had a blast. You and I have connected on social media back and forth a bunch, and listen, you know what? If this is going to help me get up to Minnesota and catch some walleye because you're going to take me on a big fishing trip, well, then you know what? It's totally worth it.
Oh, I told you. I got a cabin reserved for June for 5 or 6 guys, so you're welcome to come out.
I'm definitely going to take you up on that. It was pretty funny. We were talking about coordinating it with some sort of state fair, and everybody heard me talking about the Minnesota State Fair, and they were like, yeah, you're right. The food is phenomenal, but no, that's not until, like, August, so I don't know if we're going to be able to. It's like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Find me someplace that I can get a funnel cake and then go fish for the rest of the day.
You'll be all right. We're going fishing in June, so you'll be all right. I got to tell you, if you haven't listened to Fantasy Alarm, it's on 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock our time Central on Sirius Satellite Radio Channel 87. I listen every day. Him and the GM, Mr. Jim, and they just do a great job. They see hard. We've been on the air here in Des Moines, Iowa for 23 years. So my show in St. Louis has been on 26. So we've been around for a little bit, but I think reason we've been on so long is because we never take ourselves seriously and we just have fun. And that's the vibe I get off of you and Jim. You guys just have a lot of fun doing the show.
Oh, we have a ton of fun doing it. I mean, it's, you know, when push comes to shove, let's face it, we're talking sports. We're talking fantasy sports. And so, you know, I mean, it's not like we're sitting here, you know, talking neurosurgery and any life-changing things. I know some people, you know, go bonkers over fantasy sports, but, you know, overall, if you can't be having fun while you're doing this, doing what I'm doing, then I don't know why you're doing it. Like, it makes no sense to me. I know that there are some fantasy analysts out there who kind of complain about the grind and they're really serious and stodgy with their takes and stuff. And I'm like, this is fantasy sports. Have a little fun with it. If you're not entertaining, listen, anybody can sit here and quote stats. But if you can't entertain while you're quoting stats, then you're just not gonna go far.
Oh, absolutely. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, Chris Steele. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys. Howard, I got to ask you. I love the wheel of randomness. I can't even say it this morning. And love letters. Which one's your favorite? Love letters or the wheel?
Oh, you know, I mean, well, they're so different, really. I mean, I you know, that's like asking me which one of my kids are my favorite. And considering I don't have any kids, I don't know how to make that choice. So I love them both. So love letters was just, you know, to me, it was just one of those ways to just get out those feelings of anxiety or feelings, you know, whatever it is, like to sit there and say, you know, anybody could sit here and complain about a player or complain about a coach. But, you know, if you're just going to sit there and you're going to complain about the same thing over and over again, you're just going to, you know, repeat yourself. And so if you get it all out in a love letter and you just say what you want to say, it makes you feel a whole lot better. I've written numerous letters to Arthur Smith and the Falcons, everything that's going on over there. And while, yes, I still struggle each week whether or not to start Bijan Robinson, I at least feel better about it, knowing that it's not my fault.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
The love letters is fun and just kind of, you know, gets that out. The wheel of randomness is just exactly that. It's randomness. You know, what I like about it is that it sort of it pulls you out of the sports comfort zone. There are some questions that pop up that are sports related, but overall, this is more of an opportunity to show the world who I am or who we are on the show. That it's more than just sports. So
yeah, I've never heard two grown men fight about circus peanuts before. That when you guys did that this year, that I actually started laughing in the tree stand. You got the cereal banter. Which cereal is the best is always one of my favorite. Quisp is one of my top 10, by the way. Remember you remember Quisp?
I remember Quisp.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed that that's one of your favorites, but okay, listen, to each his own.
Well, hey, Captain Crunch. I know you like Captain Crunch.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll take the Crunch Berries though only.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you guys do a great job on there. So, well, I got to tell you, you put the kibosh on me. I got off the radio feeling really great Thursday, and then the Rams. You know, we picked the right team. We both picked the Rams to win, but we missed the cover or the points. But boy, you had to talk up Kyle Williamson and Olave. They just Williams didn't do too bad. He got 16, but Olave went nuts. So thank you.
Well, so you're saying I talked him up so much that your opponent was like, "Oh, I gotta lock this guy in."
Oh, they already had him locked in. He well, I don't know if he was listening to us or not because I think he well, he's playing Michael Pittman too, so he's stacked. He was one of the top 4 teams, you know, and I was just going, gosh, man, I'm hoping this reverse jinxes because, you know, I'm a little worried about this weekend now, Howard.
Well, I mean, listen, there's nothing that I can do once the players step out on the field. But you know, if you want me to send some negative vibes anybody's way, you let me know, and I'll be happy to oblige as long as that player is not on one of my fantasy playoff teams.
Well, I guarantee you're going to have. I'm sure you have your share of Michael Pittman and Tyreek Hill. So.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't want you to hurt yourself there, Howard. So, all right. I got and Andrew over here. Andrew won the league last year, the Outdoors Dan Radio League. Yeah, my producer, Andrew.
Sure did.
Andrew took first place, and he made the fatal error of naming his team first place this year. And Howard, it wasn't pretty.
Ooh, the reverse jinx, injuries just ravaging the team completely right from day one.
Yeah, he got hit too. I don't think anybody got hit more than I did, but Andrew got it hit pretty good. So
yeah.
But you made like 29 trades.
26 trades. Let's get it right.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You're right. I do need 29 trades in order to beat Dan. I need to out Dan at this point, Howard.
Hey, I use the fantasy alarm method for success, right, Howard? You got to work the waiver wire and you got to make offers.
It's a grind. It's a daily grind. And as long as you're making your team better, you know, again, it's like I said it on the show on Thursday to you. All these people sit there and complain. They're like, oh, nobody trades at fantasy football. Nobody trades at fantasy football. You come strutting in like Ric Flair just won the championship.
Woo!
And you're like, yeah, look at that, 26 trades, and look at me in the playoffs. And so, you know, listen, I think that it's it's important. So I don't know what the demise of Andrew's team was, but man, if he's not making 26 trades himself, well then, you know, he's only got himself to blame.
Well, he made some good trades. Andrew, we got like 4 or 5 guys that are pretty good about trading. We have a few you got to give them.
We have some curmudgeons.
Yeah, we got some people that if you don't overwhelm them, they're not going to do anything. But, you know, that's probably normal, right?
Oh, it's definitely normal. Everybody, you know, it's so funny. People just have this whole idea in their head that they have to win the trade, that they have to get over on the other person. And like we talked about, if you're making your team better, don't worry about what you're doing for the other team. Like, just make your team better because you never know what's going to happen. You know, I'm in the playoffs in one league, and I've lost Keenan Allen, I've lost Jamar Chase, so it doesn't matter really how much, you know, how well I built my team to get to the playoffs. You know, it's kind of a crapshoot, and anything goes once the big dance starts. So if you start losing guys with injuries, then that's the way it goes. So don't sit there and worry so much about what's happening with the other team. Make a good, fair offer, make a trade, improve your team, and then let the chips fall where they may.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're visiting with Howard Bender from the Fantasy Alarm Show on Sirius Satellite Radio, Channel 87. You can catch Howard Monday through Friday in the afternoon drive slot. He's on 5 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. And Howard, you do stuff on the weekends too, don't you?
I do. I do a Sunday morning show on Sirius XM as well, from 10 to 11 Eastern, 9 to 10 Central, I guess is the way that it breaks down. And so, yeah, I do the Sunday morning, like a little game day action. And for those of you out there who might need something to do over on Christmas Day, I'm actually going to be doing a show from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. 10 to 1? Yeah, 10 to 1 on Christmas Day, just to kind of get everybody set squared away for that 3-game slate.
Yeah, and you can always check out Howard on the X or Twitter or whatever they call it these days at RotoBuzz Guy, and he's easy to follow. I would suggest giving him a follow because he's got good info all the time. 7:15 and some change. Howard, hang on. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. Morning, Dale. Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Larry. Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's headed to your flesh. You can't feel the bite, and you may or may not find the tick. In the coming weeks, you may or may not notice a red ring around the bite. Shortly thereafter, you may or may not get really sick.
Hey, do you own,
or
are you one of the owners of that?
Test you for Lyme disease. The test
Fantasy
may
Alarm.
or may not detect it, meaning you may or may not get the medication.
Okay, well, I got a deal for you. I love you guys. I own the radio shows that I do. I just pay for the airtime, and I run a host produce and do all my own stuff. You guys, do you have a way to give out a comp code that I could give away a couple comp codes next year if I promote you guys all season next year on the show? Okay, I will promote you every week when fantasy, probably July, August, all the way through the season next year. I'll promote Fantasy Alarm for you every week. Why don't you give me like 5 or 6 comp codes? And that way I can, every month or so, I can give out one and do a little contest and get you guys a little more awareness.
Your safety should be paramount. Let me introduce you to
listen, I love you to death, man. I just, like I said, we enjoy you guys, and you make my time in the outdoors so much enjoyable. You do help me. I learn a lot just listening. So I love to reciprocate.
And semi-automatic pistols. It's designed for comfort while allowing quick and easy access to your weapon. No matter if you're waist deep in the river or sitting in a tree stand, the Denali chest holster is truly the ultimate outdoor holster. Headquartered in Alaska, Diamond D Outdoors knows a thing or two about protection while enjoying the outdoors. The Denali chest holster is made in the USA and has over 34
I'll just text you on your cell and check in and just have you, I'll just have you email me the Howard, and then we'll get them away to the email to the
DiamondDOutdoors.com.
Okay, all right, hang on for me, buddy. And thank you for doing that. I look forward to doing that next year.
Hey, are you in the market for a new RV this year?
Right,
here's a place to help you start looking for that new travel partner for your next vacation or outdoor adventure. Head on over to the friendly folks at Imperial RV Center in Ankeny. Imperial RV is
Merry Christmas, everybody. I got bow winners to announce later in the show. You guys did great on the app. Good morning, Larry. Merry Christmas to you, too. Jeff, good morning. Good morning from tropical Iowa, where we forgot what winter is. Corey, no kidding on that, buddy. Miserable. I know. There's a lot of people that are happy with this weather. Not me. The deer hunting's pitiful.
Well, even I, who is a big summer guy, if we're going to be this weather, give me snow so I can at least justify why it's this weather.
Yeah.
I need to have concrete justification. Otherwise, I'm going with Howard to California.
We had over 280 entries for the bows, and I drew a couple extra, since it's Christmas, I actually drew a couple more winners. So if you sent me a screenshot, I'll let you know if you won here. Probably do that next hour, okay? You guys did great, though. Guys did good.
We have recently expanded our store to better serve your needs.
Oh.
Trades on all types of guns. We'll also look at
I had to go through my list. I felt like Santa. I had to go through my list, check it twice, find out who was naughty and nice. I had a couple people cheating. They were doing it 2 or 3 times a day. I had to go.
Naughty.
Yeah, some people were the old naughty lump of coal. Or most people were okay.
Well,
I just had to go through and check the dates, and if I had 2 or 3 on the same date, I just had to delete the extra ones. Kind of a pain. That's all right.
well, most of our listeners are nice.
Our listeners are awesome.
Love that.
Morning, Larry.
Larry.
1577. If you're into cooking wild game or grilling, you probably love to transform your wild game into delicious meals or great tasting snacks. High Mountain Seasonings has everything you need to help.
Well, I kind of feel bad. I made him get up that early.
Sausage, snack sticks, or jerky.
Well, like you said, he's already
Seasonings offers simple,
he's already
easy to
doing
use
this kind of
kits
thing.
that are used at home, including
He's
3
already
new
up and
low
at 'em.
sodium blends that will produce wild game snacks your
This is
family
great,
will
though.
love. High Mountain Seasonings
He's a
makes
nice guy.
grilling steaks or smoking your favorite meats taste even better with their specialty spices, marinades, and rubs for deer, elk, or your favorite steaks. High Mountain has also just introduced
Talk
taco
about
and fajita
paying your
blends that are
dues for
spicing up
fantasy
kitchens and
and
grills all across the country. Look for
Oh,
High
Chris?
Mountain
Yeah, I was
Seasonings
like,
at
hey,
Sportsman's Warehouse or at
how
your
important
favorite
is it to
grilling
pay your
retailer.
fantasy dues on
Or
time?
go to HIMTNJerky.com for recipes.
Larry, you're in a tree stand? God bless you.
High Mountain Seasonings has everything.
Good luck today. I hope you get a big one.
We'll still call you.
Grilling meats taste great.
No, not Larry.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Live streaming on Facebook Live. Thanks to Imperial RV Center for helping us do the stream each and every week. We appreciate that. My guest is Howard Bender with Fantasy Alarm. Larry is listening from a tree stand. Thank you, Larry. We always appreciate that. You guys rock. Chris Steele says, took our local deer to the Milo Locker this year. Can't wait to try it. Chris, you'll love it. They do a great job. Howard, are you a big fan? You ever had deer sausage or deer snack sticks?
I've had venison sausage before. It's kind of funny. You grow up in New York and you don't have that hunting vibe. I'm out here in California now. I kind of live in a little bit of a farming community, and we got some hunters around us here. And so it's always, every time they always come back with something, they've always got, they're like, we got some steaks for you, we got some sausage. Like, everybody feeds me around here, which is pretty funny. It's like, like when your cat brings you a dead mouse because your cat thinks that you can't feed yourself. They kind of walk around here and they're like, well, look at that fat guy from New York. He definitely can't feed himself. So let's kind of, let's hook him up here with some some food from hunting.
Well,
So,
I'll bring you some snack sticks and stuff in June. When we're fishing, you can snack on them. You'll like Iowa deer. We've got so much corn and soybeans out here. It's like eating fine steak.
I love it, dude. Listen, I've always been a big fan. I'm a carnivore. I've always been a carnivore.
Yes, you are.
My wife doesn't like the gamey meats, but I'm like, listen, hon, we're gonna have to. I'll get you like regular steak. That's fine. I'll grill that up for you. But yeah, I've had some crazy stuff here. I've had deer. I've had wild boar. Geez, I can't. Somebody brought moose one day.
Oh,
they went to a trip up in Canada, and they came back, and it was unbelievable.
Well, moose is the best. Deer in the scientific community are called cervids, and moose is the most edible or delicious cervid of the deer family. It's like eating prime rib. I mean, it's awesome. So my wife, I got an elk on the TV show 2 years ago, and I brought that elk home, and we're still eating off that elk. It was 700-800 pounds of meat, and my wife loves elk, and she likes moose. Antelope is her favorite, I think. So, but it just depends where you get them, Howard. Because they have different diets. If you get them in the Midwest and stuff, you can't tell the difference between that and regular moo cow. If you go somewhere where they're eating a lot of sagey stuff or acorns and different browse, then they'll have a little more gamey taste to them. It just depends on their diet. It's like the Giants and the Jets. You never know what you're going to get until you cook it. Do you like what I did there, Howard?
I know exactly what I'm getting with the Jets. That's just a crab sandwich served up on, served up nice and hot every single year.
Yeah. All right, now I gotta. Okay, now I got some making up to do here now because I'm behind a little bit. Now I still got all my players this week. I still got Purdy, Jamar Gibbs, Rashad White, Jeffers, JJ. I got Ayuk, McBride, Jacobs. I was gonna look at Devontae Smith, but he's questionable with a knee now. But I did pick up Zamir White thanks to you and Jim telling me to do that 3 or 4 weeks ago. I've got the Jets D. You told me to play the Jets on Thursday, and I've got Tyler Bass as my kicker. Now, I had Brandon Aubrey on my roster, and he got me a 4-burger last week, and I'm a little worried about the Dolphins' defense, so I dropped Aubrey, and I picked up Tyler Bass, and I picked up Jake Moody. Now, I got Bass in my slot because I think that's going to be the higher scoring game, or should I play Moody?
Ooh, I mean, kind of a tough call here. It's kind of funny when you're talking about the Bills against the Chargers. I do think that the Bills kind of try to run up the score a little bit. So I think I might lean in that direction. I know that, when you're dealing with the 49ers, it's such a high-powered offense that rarely does it really stall out. Now, the Ravens are a tough matchup for them. And it should be a good game back and forth, but yeah, I think I would probably just kind of sit with the Bills because once they jump out to a lead on the Chargers, I'm not going to say that they're going to take their foot off the gas, but they're probably going to be a little less worried about putting the ball into the end zone in the second half, and maybe that just gives Bass that many more opportunities to kick some field goals. And the fact that it's in such a nice controlled environment like SoFi Stadium just makes it so much less worrisome about having to deal with weather. You never know what happens, in Santa Clara, winds coming inland off of the bay. It can always kind of, it rains, so it's one of those situations where I think I'd err on the side of caution and keep Bass in the lineup.
Well, I just think they're going to run the score up because they're on a mission. They want to make a statement, so that's why I did that. It's kind of funny. The guy that I'm playing, as soon as Aubrey cleared waivers on Friday, he picked him up. So I tell you, this guy. Every time I drop a player, Howard, he picks him up. It's starting to annoy me.
I mean, listen, that's a great sign because it means that you're picking guys who, even for your bench, you're picking quality players who other people are going to want. So, that you should consider like a nice form of flattery.
Yeah.
But, listen, when you're a smart player, when you know what's going on, when you know the situation, that's kind of the way it goes. It's always tough. You always have to be careful about who you drop. Because that's, everybody's like, oh, well, I want to pick up this guy. Well, that's great. But are you going to start him? Because it's the fantasy playoffs. And if you're not going to start this guy and you're just kind of waiting and seeing, then it matters more about who the player you're dumping. Because if that player that you're dumping can break out or is in a good situation, maybe he had a bad 2 games and now all of a sudden he's in a smash matchup, you could end up getting burned by, somebody in the playoffs who you used to own, and that's definitely a bummer, but that's the way it goes when you got like a short bench and you got to make moves.
Well, I was doing a little strategy because he needed a kicker, and I looked at several different rankings, and Aubrey, I saw some were saying they were rejecting him for 5 to 6 points, and like I said, I heard you guys talk about how good Miami's defense is lately, and I think I might be overanalyzing this. I'm just an idiot bow hunter. But I just think that Buffalo exposed Dallas last week on how to beat them. And I think Miami's going to run the ball at them big time. And I'm just thinking it's going to limit Aubrey's field goals.
Well, that's definitely the possibility here. I mean, if I'm Mike McDaniel and I'm going up against the Dallas Cowboys and I know that I'm getting Devon Achane back, then what I want to do is I do want to run the ball at Dallas because what you want to do. It's like you having Jacobs and Zamir White.
Yeah.
Like those are guys who, you put Jacobs in, and if he sits, then you put in Zamir White. But you know that the goal of the Raiders is going to be to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field as much as possible. And the best way to do that is long, sustained drives where you're just grinding the clock out and you're running the football. So McDaniel's going to end up wanting to do that, really, set something up, because also if you establish that strong ground game, then you're going to open up play action that much more, and that's going to free up Waddle and Tyreek to get behind the defense and behind the coverage and get set up nicely. So, I definitely think that that's the game plan, or it should be the game plan for Miami. And, yeah, if they're going to try and keep Dak Prescott and the offense off the field as much as possible, it will limit Aubrey's opportunities. So you're on the right path.
Yeah, well, I know Jim's so high. I know that's his team. But
You can't take anything Jim says about the Cowboys, like, legitimately. That man, I love him to death. And I'll tell you what, that guy has forgotten more about baseball than I'll ever know in my life.
Uh-huh.
But you cannot trust him on his assessment of the Cowboys, because he is fan first, analyst second when it comes to Dallas.
Yeah, well, it comes across on the air. Trust me. I know you can tell he's a homer. So. and I'm just like I said, I'm a ham and egger, but you can tell he's. How about them? That cracks me up. How about them Cowboys? That's I love it when you guys hit that sounder. So, all right, you still telling me to play the Jets defense, because I still got Denver on the bench and Eagles are out there on waivers. I can pick them up.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would still stay with the Jets defense. Sam Howell throws the ball a ton. He was averaging 40 passes per game up until like 2 weeks ago, and that dropped a bit, but not really for at anybody's fault. I think that you're gonna end up possibly getting just better turnovers. The problem with the Denver defense right now is that you're facing an offense where I think Bill Belichick is just going to want to be conservative. He might get Ramondre Stevenson back. So if he's got Stevenson and Elliott, you remember, what was it, last year that Belichick just ran the ball like 45 times in a game because of all the high winds against Buffalo? Like, it's that kind of a situation. I don't think Belichick wants to go out from New England because he's obviously on the hot seat, and they talked about him being fired at the end of the year. I don't think he wants to go out a loser, and I think he wants to, try and grind out these last couple of games. So, if he's conservative with his offense and he doesn't have Zappy throwing the ball all over the place, then what you're probably looking at is fewer turnovers. Yeah, maybe the score stays down a little bit, but, one of the keys to choosing the right defense is a team that, gets decent sack numbers, that actually, can turn the ball over, is leading the league in takeaways. So many people put so much emphasis on the bonus for keeping the points down, but when you think about it, when garbage time hits and teams take their foot off the gas or whatever, then what happens? Then all of a sudden, the other team starts scoring. And, listen, remember the Raiders two Thursday nights ago, the Raiders put up 63 points.
Mm-hmm.
And their defense was, like, all set and primed to score, like, 35 points. And then the next thing you know, 3 touchdowns get scored by the Chargers. And, boom, that 35 goes down to 25. Now, you want those defensive touchdowns, but you can't really chase those. So you have to look at the turnover ratio and see what defense has the best opportunity, especially when it's playing an offense that is struggling and has a quarterback who just loves to chuck it downfield.
Well, I heard you say it looked like a delicious setup the other day, so if you think it's delicious, I'm going to stay with it, Howard.
Yummy delish, baby. That's what I'm all about.
Yummy delish. That cracks me up. Mark, good morning. Richard, good morning. Bob, good morning. Tim, Worm, how you doing? Still in a tree? Maybe must be a passion. Tim, God bless you, buddy. I hope you get a deer this morning. It's warm, I tell you. It's like San Francisco in the Midwest right now, in Iowa, Howard. It's so warm. It's super foggy. It's crazy.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Like, one of the reasons that we moved from New York to San Francisco was simply because, the weather out here in the Bay Area, it was like, mid-50s and foggy on the regular, on the coast. New York, it's too hot in the summertime. It's too cold in the winter.
Yeah, but how about those diners, Howard? Come on.
Oh, the diners. Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about a diner menu all day long.
When I first got into the military, I was a Navy corpsman with the Marines as a field medic, but I had to go to Grenada, whenever that was, 86, 80, whenever, I can't even remember now. But I had to go to Fort Monmouth, New Jersey to catch an ammo ship down to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. And I had some guys take me into Brooklyn for a weekend. And I don't know how 45 years ago or whatever that was. It's like yesterday. I don't know if I'll ever get over that experience. That's back when women were wearing leopard spandex pants and everything else. They took me to this bar in Brooklyn called L'Amour's, and it was crazy. But the diners, man, when we got to the diners and I had a frap in Philly, I think it was Philly. I had a frap. You know what a frap is, right? Yeah, it was definitely a different experience, but the Jersey diners in Philly and stuff, that was some of the best food I ever ate in my life.
Yes, believe me. And I'll tell you what, when you grow up in New York, you learn to appreciate the fact that they're also open all night long. So, you know, the giant stack of pancakes at 3 o'clock in the morning after you get off of like a bar shift, it's a nice treat for you.
Yeah, what was that? What was that stuff? Scrapple?
Scrapple's that's a southern thing, man. That's not a northeast thing. I remember the first time I had Scrapple, I was in Georgia. And I ended up at a Waffle House at like 2 in the morning, and scrappled it up.
I thought I had that in New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was around Colts Neck, but I'm pretty sure it was Scrapple. I hope I'm saying that right. It's like a sausage thing, right?
Yeah. No, it's Scrapple. It's usually a southern thing. It surprises me that it's in Jersey. Well, no, you know what? Nothing Jersey does surprise me. Never mind.
Well, it was in the 80s. You know, maybe they had more of a southern attitude back then. I don't know. Howard, if someone wants, you guys are really good for all sports. If you're baseball, fantasy football, hockey, whatever, you guys do the whole gamut. You do season long. You do DFS. If you like running DFS lineups, if you're out of the fantasy football but you want to still keep playing, Fantasy Alarm is a great resource to go to. Tell them how they can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Right now, actually, we're doing like a little holiday treat here. So you go to fantasyalarm.com/Santa. Use that promo code Santa, and what we'll do is your first month at Fantasy Alarm. It's usually just under $40 per month, but the first month here, $4.
Wow.
$1 a week for 4 weeks. Take a look at everything. Check it all out. If you like it, great. Continue. If you don't like it, cancel. And you've only spent $4. So, to me, it's a pretty sick little holiday deal. Then you can jump in. Yeah, we do DFS. We do season long. We do betting, and we do it across all sports. So, yeah, if you're into college basketball. Our guys do a phenomenal job there. NBA, NHL in full swing right now. We're wrapping up some football, so you can stay with us for the playoffs and up to the Super Bowl. And then obviously baseball. When you've got Jim Bowden on your roster, right? I mean, it's unbelievable how much experience he has. I mean, 16 years as general manager is just unreal. So we're already putting together a private show for subscribers where Jim and I do like a full slate of the state of MLB, and then the draft guide's going to come out middle of January. So if you jump in on it now, then you get everything. And it's all right there for you. $4 for the first month, and then take it for a spin and see what you like. So fantasyalarm.com/Santa, promo code Santa.
There you go. Kenny Cole, Merry Christmas. Good morning. Brant, good morning, buddy. Hank, down there at Revelton Distillery, good morning, buddy. Tyler says Scrapple is here in New Jersey, comes in a can, he says. Tyler, thanks for listening, buddy. I appreciate that. Scrapple in a can, Howard.
Scrapple in a can. I don't know if I can deal with that. I don't know.
Howard, it's always a pleasure to follow you on Twitter, on the Twitter machine at RotoBuzzGuy, and I thank you every Monday through Friday. You make my whole afternoons. So thank you with the Fantasy Alarm Show. Everybody, give it a listen. If you have not listened, you'll enjoy it. And I hate giving up my cheat code, Howard, but if it's going to help you guys, then I'm willing to do it.
Well, listen, it'll all pay forward for you, right? Because now everybody who's listening, who thinks about, hey, maybe I'll check that out for $4 for the first month, I'll do that. And that karma lands them a big old buck from the deer blind that they're sitting in right now. Boom. And then somebody turns around and says, hey, guess what? Outdoors Dan, I got all this extra meat. How about giving you some?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all about sharing. That's for sure. And listen, we'll can we get you on again next summer sometime before drafting season starts? Can we do that?
Only if I can get you onto my show as well.
Oh well, you don't have to ask me twice for that. I'll be more than happy to come on there anytime.
Well, then the feeling is 100% mutual. I thank you so much for having me on today. It's been an absolute pleasure to hang with you, man. It's like a couple of days here, you and me hanging out. Is there anything better?
No, well, I don't know, man. It's the payday of my week. I will tell you that.
Well, right back at you, my friend. Right back at you.
Howard, happy holidays, man. Be safe, and if you need anything, please let me know. And we're going to do some stuff with Howard and the gang on Fantasy Alarm next summer, right before draft season. I talked to Howard during the break, so we're gonna have some fun next year. Howard, thank you so much for everything, and you guys be well, okay?
Well, thank you so much. Best of luck to you in your playoffs, and thank you and Andrew for having me on today. This has been great.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
There he goes, Howard Bender from Fantasy Alarm. Super, super nice guy. 7:40 and some change. We're really late for a break. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. Was that fun? He's a good guy. I just gave up my whole cheat code for my fantasy football success.
Well, if you call Jesse at Richard Remediation and Cleaning in Ankeny, Iowa, Jesse has been helping folks get their carpets, upholstery, tile, and grout looking great again since he learned from his father.
Well, you got a national host on. You got to keep him on for a while.
Remediation and Cleaning can handle any size job, from a single home
have
to multi-unit apartments or
back to a
offices.
break.
They offer first responders and military discounts.
Scrapple is a Philadelphia or Southeast Pennsylvania thing. My father-in-law was from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and he loves Scrapple. It's a sausage pork Scrapple. I think it's like Spam. Yeah, that's it, Brant. That's exactly what I had. Thank you, buddy. Try some pork roll. Tyler, I will do that. I will do that. Merry Christmas, everybody. I had a text saying, why are we talking football and not hunting? Well, I'm hunting for points. I'm still hunting. You know what? That gentleman had me on his national radio show on Thursday. That was one of the highlights of my broadcasting career. I had a national audience presence, and very humbling. Nice man. I listen to that show every day. So I like cross promoting shows. It's fun. You know? It's like having Larry Mack on, up your game a little bit. Boy, we got some news. First show in January, we got some news. So, hey, also too, I cut a liner on the Outdoor Call Radio app, and I told everybody about some of the stuff we got coming on. The first contest out of the gate, I think we're going to do is an Ozonics generator, an HR 500. So I was trying to get that in for Christmas, but the Bonanza thing it took a little bit longer to get where I wanted. So, and then on the shirts, on Buck Talk Radio shirts, I keep getting a lot of questions about that. We'll start doing the rest of those shirts. I'm going to have to switch the contest up a little bit because I still have our tour deer shed waiting for you, buddy Trevor. Oh, there you go. That's funny. Thank you. Was Berwick on here?
This ensures consistent arrow flight.
Trevor, you on here? I didn't see Trevor. I must have missed him. Anyway, I'll tell you more about that in the first week of January. But that's why I kind of put a hold on the T-shirt stuff because I'm no longer going to be promoting Elite. So that kind of put a damper on some stuff. So I'll tell you more about it in 2 weeks. So hang with me for 2 weeks and you'll understand everything. So. It's business. It's just business.
Mississippi-based Backwoods Attractions product line has you covered. From their food plot blends like Trophy Acre, Lazy Deluxe, and the popular Dixie 6.
I don't know what I'm getting for Christmas. I just hope my family's okay. The kids ask me what I want for Christmas. It's like, Spend more time with me. Is that asking too much? I'd rather have that than, I said, if you don't want to do that, give me a gift card. I'm easy. I got everything you could probably, it's when you got a sporting goods store at home, you really don't really need anything, Isn't that awful? I told my wife when I retire, I'm gonna clean up because I'm gonna be selling. I'm gonna have the biggest garage sale you ever saw in your life. Ask Andrew. Yeah, it'll be Outdoors Dan. It'll be Smiling Outdoors Garage Sale Extravaganza. Free chili and hot dogs while they last. Hopefully that won't be for a few years. So. I'm getting a lot of buck pictures, but unfortunately it's like in the dark. I'm not getting anything during the day.
Consider checking out one of the Work Sharp knife and tool sharpeners or the Work Sharp guided field sharpener at a store near you. Or anytime at worksharptools.com.
Howard was kind enough to go on Twitter and say he had a blast. I'm telling you, man, what a nice guy.
Your family's financial future is a priority, and life insurance is an easy way to help make that happen. You'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most if you were to pass away. Plus, life insurance is often more affordable than you think. Let's talk about options that fit you. Contact Darren Islander, agent at 515-964-7575.
I got winter information. I'll give that out after we talk to Speed first the next hour. So, because I went a little long with Howard, we're going to have a lot of breaks to make up here real quick.
Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. We're back to archery and late muzzleloader season. Late muzzleloader December 18th through January 10th. Non-resident hollow deer season is going to be December 24th through January 2nd. I will do the fishing reports next week or next hour. I'm not going to try and get them in right now. I've got winners to announce for the big bonanza contest that we had. I'm giving away a brand new gearhead bow and a brand new Elite Omnia bow for 2 lucky winners. I'm giving away a couple pair of Itasca hunting boots since it was Christmas. That wasn't part of the promotion, but it's Christmas, and me, I'm always trying to take care of the listeners and stuff. And then had somebody ask me about the wave whacker thing. When am I doing the wave whacker contest for your custom boat for your boat? If you don't know what wave whackers is, that's a little thing you put on the back of your boat to keep the water, if you're back trolling, to keep the water from coming up over the transom? Yeah, the transom. Yeah, the back of the boat. And I always have wave whackers on mine because it's awesome, especially if you get out on big water. It keeps you a lot drier and stuff. People can sit back there and it gives you a little more protection. So we're going to give away a set of wave whackers first quarter next year. So, all right, let me hit a real quick break. I know we just got back, but I got to make up because Andrew's over there pulling his hair out. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. There you go, Tyler. Egg and pork roll is solid. Thanks, Brant. Hey, good luck pheasant hunting today, Brant. He's going to be upland hunting, I can guarantee you.
So the reveal, is that
No, that's Tacticam. That's good.
All the top extras and accessories you'll ever need. Mark and his staff are trained on all the latest tuning and setup techniques and are experts at personally fitting you to the bow you want. They also have a 40-yard indoor range that will help you with getting sighted in. Archery Field and Sports has leagues and personal training sessions available for you to train for the upcoming seasons that'll help you fill your tags. Archery Field and Sports at East 56th Street in Altoona. Open Tuesday through Sunday with leagues during the week.
So we come back. How much time? We got 5 minutes.
See, 1, 2, 3,
Tacticam has launched the
4
best-in-class cellular trail camera, the #1 selling action camera in the industry. The new Reveal by Tacticam will change the way you scout forever.
Yeah, we
Not only is it one of the easiest to set up,
about 5
but
minutes.
the most affordable cellular camera on the market, as you know.
What's everybody doing for the weekend? Just anybody staying home? You traveling? I know a lot of people are going to be traveling today.
You can receive pictures in almost real time right to your
Morning, Roger, up there in New York. What's up, buddy? Tell everybody Merry Christmas for me. Tell the Godfather I said Merry Christmas. I can't do the Godfather. I'm a little under the weather this morning. I don't know if I got a bug or... I don't know. That's why I'm staying away from Andrew. I didn't give him a hug this morning. My stomach's been tore up all week. A lot of stuff going on. I got to get ready to go because I'm going to start hunting Wednesday or Thursday again. We're supposed to get a cold front coming back through Iowa. Late season, man. We should be, got to get on the food, colder weather. Hunting as much as possible. There you go, Larry. Staying home, going out tomorrow night with my brothers. There you go, Tyler. Just waiting for some cold weather. Yeah, Richard's waiting for the ice to show up. That's what he's doing. He's an ice fishing fanatic. You know, Richard, I got a couple emails out to see if we can get do something on some ice fishing. I haven't had any responses yet, so I think a lot of people are freaking out right now because they're not selling any ice fishing stuff, so that's probably part of the problem. No ice except unless you go way up north. Please check them out online at ReveltonDistillery.com or visit them at the distillery. If it's time to celebrate or just time. Pretty bad when you got all the ice fishing stuff in and it's 50 degrees. Heading there to Minnesota next week. There you go. Oh, Merry Christmas, Donovan. Triple H Outfitters, everybody. Itasca Footwear has been helping folks on their adventures for over 40 years. There you go, Tyler. Hey, doesn't matter if it's a buck or doe, Tyler. Meat in the freezer, buddy. I'm going to try and whack-a-doe this next week. Whack-a-doe. Sloppy doughs. That's what sloppy doughs makes everything taste better. Sloppy doughs. Wife and kids are leaving for a vacation in 2 weeks. Plan on hunting as much as I can up to St. Paul. Tons of ice everywhere here. There you go, Jason. Mark Parker, Merry Christmas, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I'll catch up with you after the holidays, Mark. You're on my list. That's my Bigfoot buddy. That's my friend that saw Bigfoot up in Oregon. He's got tattoos to show you. I'm telling you. Mark's a nice guy. Oh, Tyler, don't matter to me either way. Tyler, they all eat the same. Big time people are frustrated for sure. Well, Richard, there's nothing we can do about it, man. You know, deer hunting's really good when it's 20, 25 degrees, man. They got to get up every couple hours and eat. When it's 50 degrees, they don't have to move. And I'm hearing some people saying they're starting to drop some antlers in southern Iowa or southeast Iowa right now. That's not good. But they had that EHD outbreak big time there. There's probably a lot of stressed deer in that area. Hopefully we don't have that happen for a while here in central Iowa. Yeah. Jake said he's about ready to get his summer waders out again and go fishing. There you go, Jake.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good holiday weekend. A lot of folks are going to be traveling. Iowa Department of Natural Resources saying roughly 15 to 20,000 hunters are going to take part in the late muzzleloader season. Likely harvest around 10,000 deer. I am starting to get a little bit of reports of deer dropping antlers in southeast Iowa. Central Iowa, I haven't had any reports yet, but you know, they had a major EHD outbreak out there, so that makes sense to me that if they are dropping antlers, the deer are probably stressed a little bit, and that's probably what's going on there. I haven't. I'm still seeing bucks holding both sides on where I've got my cameras out. So I'll let you know if I start getting trail cam pictures. Everything's been real late at night. I'm not seeing hardly any daytime movement at all. It's too warm. They don't have to move. They can bed up short to the food source and just sit there and chew on their cud, and you don't have to worry about, because you know when it's cold, they got to feed every 2 or 3 hours to keep that energy up. So, you know, when it's this warm, they don't have to do that. Winter trout stocking programs will start January 13th. I know a lot of folks are happy about the urban trout program. I'll give you the lake schedule on that next week. when we have a little bit more time. So I'll give you a chronic wasting update. Right now, the deer harvest is around 110,000 deer across the state. Let's see. I'll have a little more precise numbers next week when we get the deal. So I don't know. I got a bucket of doe tags, so I got deer to fill. I'd like to get a little more deer sausage and snack sticks in the freezer.
You're right. I am hungry, and
well, yeah. A little bit more. Well, and I got to make sure I got enough for Howard when Howard goes fishing with me.
Well, yeah.
That is going to be a good fishing trip. With it'll be in June.
You get a guy like Howard out there.
Yeah, I got Howard in a boat for 7-8 hours.
He could make losing your reel and rod seem like it's just a walk.
Well, that is not going to happen again, because I don't care if the game warden shows up or not. I am reeling in my reel from now on.
But think about it.
I'm not losing another Trika fishing rod.
If he was there when you lost it, if Howard was there when you lost it, don't you think you'd feel a little bit better than you did?
Oh, no, because that was a $400 rod and reel.
I get it, but let's see. I think you'd take that.
If you don't know what we're talking about, when Gary and I were fishing in Minnesota last year, we were drifting shiners, and we were in a weed bed, and the game warden pulls up behind us and he goes, "Hey boys, doing any good?" And we hadn't caught any fish yet. So he goes, "Well, let me see your license and everything." He goes, "Put your rods down. Let me see your license." So I put my rod down, and I had my line out in a weed bed. Stupid me. And I just reached over to my tackle bag, because I always keep my license handy. And I hear blop, and I looked over, just seeing my brand new Trika fishing rod and my Fluger, brand new Fluger reel, brand new line going into the lake. And I just turned around and I looked at the game warden, and I said, "Thanks." He just goes, "Oh, I'll go and see if I can find it." He didn't go look. He goes, "I got side scan. I'll go look." He did not. So anyway, lesson learned. But the good Lord did help me out after that, because I caught 2 stud walleyes right after he left. So I made an offering to the lake, and the lake gave me two 26-inch plus walleyes back.
Hey, all you have to do is spend $400 to put into the lake directly.
That'll never happen again. I hope somebody snagged that line. I had a lot of line, and I'm sure I'm sure it was hung up on a weed, but somebody got him a nice rod and reel at my expense anyway. All right, we're going to get out of here. I got Mr. Speed, Cookies Barbecue Sauce.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, we're going to cookie it up for Christmas with Speed when we come back. After that, I'm going to announce the big winners of the Outdoors Dan Outdoor Call Bonanza Christmas giveaway. Don't go anywhere.
You're going to have to admit it's me.
Yeah, it's not Andrew. Andrew's not eligible. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. No flippy floppy on 1350 ESPN. Still not over losing that rod and reel. That was not good.
That's just tough.
That Trika rods are worth their weight in gold, man.
And I bet that warden was going to crap.
Oh, that warden.
He was running away.
If I could have got a video of the look I gave him. Arr. Arr. Gary just started laughing. I go, "It's not funny, Gary. And his son, Sean's got a tackle store up at up on Lake Winnie, and I just bought it from Sean because I had too big of a reel on it. You always use a smaller reel when you're walleye fishing, drifting or jigging. You can feel the fish better. And I just bought it. It's like Gary just starts laughing. Goes, "Well, we can go see Sean again." I said, "Yeah, there you go." Oh, that was miserable. Good morning, Justin. I will look for your rod in January. Just send me your GPS spot. Richard, as much as I would love to do that, you're not getting my numbers, man. That's my little honey hole.
And he knows that.
Yeah. I've got all my little numbers in my head to where I've been catching fish the last 5-6 years. And when I pick up the boat in March, that will be in my Garmin, buddy. I hope somebody snags it through the ice because I'm not giving up my numbers, Richard. Good try. A for effort, Richard. That place is on fire, man. That's a good spot. Gary was out there spearing the other day. He got a 41-inch Northern out there. Good morning, Aaron. Merry Christmas to you too, you and your family. Yeah, I gave away Iowa Wild tickets this week. I've been giving stuff out all week.
Students,
I've been Santa in it.
Santa Jason.
Outdoor Santa.
Have you ever thought about using your passion to help you through college? Grandview University is a small private college that is looking for students that have a passion for the shooting sports and learning. Grandview University has a shooting sports program that if you qualify...
Charlie, if you're listening, call me. I need to talk to you. Charlie at Grandview. They got a new archery program there, too. Hey, kids, you want to go to college and shoot a bow and get college money? Call Charlie Monday at Grandview University. They got sporting clays and archery now. You can get scholarships. Richard, it was a good try. A for effort, buddy.
Grandview Shooting Sports athletes will have your ammo, uniforms, travel, and education covered in your scholarship.
Yeah, hey, go up there to the Pines and get you some lunch. The Pines Resort, Richard. Chad has a great lunch. The wings, the wings up there are off the hook, man. Corey, Merry Christmas, buddy. Thank you. You too.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, well, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio. Andrew was a little late on the pot there. Hour number 2 is brought to you by the fine folks at Gearhead Archery. Thank you, Mr. Skippy. Made in Wisconsin, proudly made in the good old USA. Of course, I'll tell you more about that in a couple weeks. All right, Richard. Oh, certainly a great place. Oh, you been to the Pines, Richard? I love the Pines. You don't have Speed's number?
I do. Hold on.
Boy, I tell you, my producer. Should have already had him on there. Barbecue sauce, man. It's a bunch of barbecue sauce. That's what we say, BS, barbecue sauce. Yeah. Oh, Andrew, he's still, what it is, see, Andrew's in love with Howard, see. He loves fantasy. And he's a Andrew's probably more of a baseball nut than football. So when he heard that Jim Bowden was on the show, and he was a baseball general manager, did you not hear that little sniffling and tearing up Andrew was doing? It was crazy. Good morning, Dennis. Merry Christmas, Dennis. Good to see you. Fishing, yeah, we're going to give away a fishing trip to Lake Winnie next June again. So how about that? Wave whackers for the boat. We got waders for my Tasca. We got a bunch of fishing stuff. Trica fishing rod. I'm working on some other stuff too.
We can tag team. We can do this.
Yeah, come on. He's over there. He's trying to get Speed all wound up. Speed don't need no winding up. Speed's already wound up. He's the Energizer Bunny of barbecue sauce, right?
Morning, Dan.
How you doing there, sir?
Well, I looked in the mirror this morning and realized how lucky the world was that it had you and me. The only thing when I mentioned your name, the mirror broke.
Yeah, what are you saying? I got a face for radio?
Well, I'm not even saying you got one for radio.
Well, what is that? I could come back on that and say, well, you sponsored my TV show for 20 years, so
That goes to show you what my IQ is.
Yeah. Well, always proud of having you as a partner, buddy. Hey, how many golf carts you sell for Christmas?
I think about someplace around 10 or 12.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
Is it? Okay. All right.
Yep.
I had somebody ask me about you, and I think I asked you about this, but they asked me if you had 4-wheel drive golf carts and could you get them for hunting? And I said, yeah. Speed said he does. And what do you got to do? You'd have to put like extra big tires and stuff on them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, tires. They come with pretty good size tires already.
Yeah.
And
did they lift them up?
I think if I'm remembering right, though, they wanted an electric one.
No, they want electric golf carts for hunting, but you'd have to put bigger tires, and do you have to lift them up so they get a little more ground clearance?
Well, those bigger ones have got that, but I checked into it, and to get a big enough motor in, you could probably do the AC drive one and get it, but I don't know how. You suck electric battery down real quick driving. When it pulls hard, you just say it draws a lot more amps, and I question whether the batteries would last long enough for someone hunting.
Yeah. Well, the thing about them, Speed, is they're quiet, so you could drive out to your stand or whatever, and nothing would hear you coming.
Oh, that's true, but most hunting spots really aren't on like a 2-lane paved road.
No, you get into the mud and stuff. That's why they were wanting to know if you had 4-wheel drive, and I said, yeah, they got 4-wheel drive ones.
Yeah, but you get into the mud and you'll suck the batteries dead just super quick. It'd be like golfing on a mountain, only every hole is uphill.
See, that's what I love about Speed. He doesn't BS anybody, and if he does BS you, it's barbecue sauce.
Well, yeah, or baking soda, brown sugar.
Brown sugar, yeah, there you go.
Scotty Mueller in Oklahoma says, barbecue.
Well, I tell you what, there's, and I can't think of the name of the company right offhand. Let me see if there's a company down there in Oklahoma that there was some Iowa transplants got down there, and now they have us do our Western style barbecue sauce. Have it labeled for them and us.
Really?
Yeah, I just some forestry pellet company or something.
Well, that's all right. When you find it later, just text me and I'll put it up on social media.
But they ordered by the pellet from us.
The Western sauce?
Yeah, the Western. And,
that's my favorite barbecue sauce now from Cookies is the Western. I made that move last year. I used to love I still love the sweet hickory, and the original's good. Yeah, but the sweet hickory's all. But that Western, that little smoky taste that's got in there,
and
and
it's got just a little bit of a kick to it.
Yeah.
And we sell quite a bit of that. The one I just chuckle at it, like in barbecue contests, like the American Royal and different ones where we just enter our sauce. The tangy mustard always scores way high.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our slowest seller.
That's crazy. Hey, I called Speed the other day. I had a listener tell me that they ate iguana and they used Cookies flavor enhancer on it, and they said it was awesome. And Speed about fell out of the car when I told him that one. We're gonna do a contest next summer. What's the weirdest thing you ever cookied up? And I'll probably do that when we get into the slower seasons like July or August. So we'll give away some cookies gift packs and stuff. Speed, I'll let you be the judge, and we'll do first, second, and third place.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll tell you what, I did. Of course, I love liver and onion, but season just put a little bit of flavor enhancer in the flour before I mixed that in, and then fried up the liver. Geez, that was good. I love beef liver.
Yeah.
I saute the onions first in butter, and then have I do it two ways. Sometimes I'll fry a bunch of bacon in the pan first, and then fry the liver then in the bacon grease, or just put a lot of butter in the pan and fry it not too just brown it a little bit, and then go into like a 300-degree oven for like 15 minutes. And man, you just cut it with a fork.
Oh, I bet. I've been under the weather the last couple of days. I had some chicken noodle soup last night for dinner, and I put flavor enhancer in that when I was heating it up, and that made it taste better.
Boy, chicken noodle soup. What's in chicken noodle soup? But I'm the same way. I just love chicken noodle soup. If I ain't feeling 100%, why a bowl of chicken noodle soup. And then the other thing I like to do is eat an onion sandwich. There's something in onions that just seems to to cure you.
Yeah, well, I'll try. I haven't tried that yet. I had Jenny buy me some Braunschweiger because I grew up. My dad, my grandfather. You remember Hunter's Packing Company?
Yeah. Oh God, that's going back a bunch of years.
Yeah, my grandfather used to be in charge of Hunter's Packing Company in St. Louis, and
I'll be darned.
yeah, and I grew up eating Hunter's hot dogs and Braunschweiger, and I just for some reason the other day I whenever I go hunting I like taking a Braunschweiger sandwich with me. It just reminds me of my dad and my grandpa. And Jenny goes, that is so disgusting. I said, it looks disgusting, but it's good eating.
Oh, geez, Braunschweiger, I just love it. And I like to do, make like, we call them floppy pancakes, but they're like a crepe, and slice Braunschweiger about, probably 3/16, maybe to a 1/4 inch thick, and lay all over the top there, and put another one on top of that, and then maple syrup on it. Man, I'll tell you what, that's to die for.
Wow, I haven't never heard that. I'll have to try that. Hey,
geez, that's good.
Yeah. What about? I was going to have you talk about hams real quick. When you smoke a ham for like Christmas or New Year's, do you? I know there's a Coca-Cola recipe. Some people use the honey glaze. What do you like to do for a holiday ham when you smoke them?
What I like to do is for a holiday ham. I don't care bone in or boneless. But I put it in my smoker, but I put it in a pan in my smoker, and then I put, probably, I never measured, but probably 3-4 cups of water in that pan. And I smoke it like no more than 250, but probably down around 2 1/4, depending on the size of the ham. But for a long time, because the hams are already cooked, and just to get it warm through good. But then the juice that comes out of there will go down into that water that I put in that pan, and then that pan also, with that water in that pan, Dan, what it does, it gives you a high humidity, smoke. Don't dry your ham out. But then before I glaze it, I take that juice and pour that off into a pan and make ham gravy, and then I'll glaze it with like our Western style and maple syrup mixed together, and glaze the ham with that. Go back in the smoker for another, I don't care, half hour, 45 minutes. But again, at the lower temp. But I'll tell you what, that makes the best ham gravy. And then I don't care, you can do hash browns or mashed potatoes or whatever you want with it. But with that ham gravy over it, I'll tell you what, that's to die for.
Do you put pineapple rings on your hams when you smoke them?
No. I love grilled pineapple. I'll just throw a few slices of pineapple just either on my grill or in my smoker, but I like to grill the pineapple probably better than I do smoking it. But but what I'll do is then I'll take for that ham, I'll take a mixture of pineapple and some cheese and thicken the pineapple juice, and then toast some breadcrumbs and put over the top of it and bake that in the oven. And that pineapple cheese casserole's in my cookbook, but boy, does that ever go good with the ham.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna be at the Iowa Deer Classic. I'll have an Outdoor Call radio booth there again, and Larry has got a Respect the Game TV booth. We're gonna have our booths right next to each other. Then we're gonna have a Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calling booth, which we work with them on the show like you as well. But I want to do a Deer Classic deal. Can you have Jody set aside a dozen cookbooks for me?
Yeah.
And we're going to do a little extra deal at the Iowa Deer Classic for cookies in 1st of March.
1st of March?
Yeah, I'll remind you. But yeah, because I know a lot of folks that hunt that like to cookie it up. So.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, smart cookies use cookies.
Yeah, I just wish there was a way for me to hand. There's no way to do it unless they go online. But I wish we could do like a QR click or buy them or whatever. But one of these days we'll have to figure that out because, I mean, every time
they can do a QR click and get a lot of recipes.
Okay, well we'll do that. Well, I'll get a QR sheet made up, and I'll have them click it at the booth, and then that'll take them to cookiesbbq.com then.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do that. So
shoot me a heads up on it. And,
we got plenty of time, buddy. That's a couple months away. But you know me, I'm always bugging you about stuff.
Well, yeah, guys got to plan ahead, though. I mean, I didn't give much thought, and bingo, all at once Christmas is here.
Yeah, well, Larry and I, believe it or not, we're already talking about what we're going to do at the fair at the Cookies Rib Wagon again.
Good. Well, yeah, and we'll. I've got a leash with a shocker collar on it that we'll put on you to keep you close to the rib wagon.
Hey, I was stuck at the rib wagon for 3 hours. You, Ryan, and Larry took off. You took Larry through everything, huh?
You weren't stuck there. You had the honor of being there.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever.
I like that.
I felt abandoned. What I did. Janet and Speed, Larry and Ryan take off with the cameras, and we'll be right back. And like 4 hours later, I'm looking like, where'd they go?
We come right back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all right. I got to eat some ribs while you were gone. So.
I know that. I know. You ate actually a 3-day supply of ribs.
Yeah, you probably had to. Gary probably had to restock after I got done. I'm a nervous eater.
Well, I had to swing around a bunch of farms, and then when they realized it was Cookies going by, they jumped the fence and jumped in the truck with me, and then I come back and we took the ribs off of them.
Yeah, if you've never seen Speed at the fair, he's like the mayor of the fair. He can't go 5 feet, and somebody's flagging him, wants a picture, wants to talk, and that's why it took him 4 or 5 hours, just because he's visiting with everybody.
Well, I tell you what, I got a lot of friends down there, and on a real sad note, my friend Ken Brost, we always called him Doc, but had the JR Donut stand down there for years. His funeral went to that a week ago.
Aww.
He's 74 years old or 75, but just his wife come home, and he was sitting at his desk, slumped over and had a heart attack and passed away.
You got to enjoy every day, don't you, buddy?
You betcha. And I'll tell you what, he was a super good friend to many. I mean, he helped out a lot of people. He never made a big deal about it. I mean, he did a lot for a lot of people, and it showed at the funeral. I mean, there was a big crowd there, and then they did a real neat thing. His one son is the minister. But he got up and talked some, and then his other son got up and talked, and then a friend of his, last name's Cavalier, lives in Pleasant Hill, but he got up and gave a very nice talk. He was in the military with Doc, but then at the visitation, after the service, they went in the fellowship hall, and before you went in there, they announced. They said, we've got a lot of Doc's memorabilia sitting around in here. Anything that connects you with him, you're more than welcome just to take it home with you.
Yeah.
And we got a coffee cup with the state fair because that's where he and I met many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of neat.
Yeah, it's sad. I'll be 60 in February, and it's just. I start to. It's like every couple months somebody's gone. It gets as you get older. Unfortunately, that's what happens, huh?
Yeah, and of course, look at it this way: the guy's lucky to get older. Another friend of mine went to his visitation Thursday night, and it was we both went by the nickname. He's the only other Speed that I know of. His real name is Daryl Schrader, but it was always Speed Schrader.
Yeah,
and. He was 95 though, but what a fun couple. Him and his wife Thelma, just nice people. And but he's been on hospice the last several months. But what a fun guy he was.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a goer, but he made it to 95, and he was a twin. His twin sister, Marge Albright from Wall Lake, and she's still going yet.
Well, that's a good thing. Hey, Larry, when we were talking the other day, I want you to do me a favor and call your buddy at Traeger. You still doing Traegers?
No.
Are you doing Weber?
Yeah, doing Weber, but quit Traeger. I don't. I'll just say we no longer handle them. It just this is my personal opinion, which I guess I'm allowed to have that.
Well, that's all right.
They just got. I've got an old one that was much more reliable. They were a lot thicker, and then they made them thinner, and I just didn't feel the quality. And then they got to where a different marketing company took over the sales. We used to pull them. They had a warehouse in Omaha that we'd pick them up at.
Yeah.
Then under the new deal, we had to get them either off the East Coast or the West Coast, and you had to order like $5,000 or $10,000. Otherwise, you had to pay the freight, and then they put them in all these box stores, and
it just wasn't working out.
It wasn't working out, and then we did the warranty on them, and nobody at those places knew how to work on them or knew how to cook on them. Not knocking it, but that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
And you get people call you up, and you spend an hour on the phone explaining how to do something on them, and then they say, and I said, well, we'll get you fixed up with one. No, I've already bought one at XYZ box store, and boy, they were a lot cheaper than what you are.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. Well, we'll work. I'll talk to you later. Maybe we can get something worked out with Weber. But I told Larry I wanted to do something on the TV side where we give away a cookies barbecue package and maybe get a grill or a smoker or something. So, and
that sounds good.
Do like a big email capture campaign where people can email us and stuff, and then that way we can send out cookies stuff to them. If you got a sale going on or whatever. But we're no pun intended, but we're kind of cooking up some different stuff for 24.
Oh, that was a good one, Dan.
Yeah, I know I'm slow, but sometimes when you do it slow, it's always better anyway, right? That was like a double one there. Did you see that? Yeah, he's still laughing. All right, hey, hang on, Speed. I got to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're gonna finish up with Speed, and we'll see what else is going on. Don't go anywhere because I got to announce the winners of the Outdoors Dan Christmas Bonanza. I know people are chomping at the bit on that one. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
That's insane.
I love Speed. He's a national treasure, man. That man there's done more things than I will ever get to do in my life, probably.
They're extremely lightweight, durable, and easy to pack.
I got fishing reports to do, but I really don't want to do them because there's really nothing going on. Fair. And I'm not talking about the fair. I'm talking about fishing fair. Everything's fair to nothing.
Including the Stiff Arm,
Blah.
Stiff Arm Pro, and Stiff Arm Elite. They're made of high-quality aluminum or carbon, depending on what you choose. For ground blinds,
Taylor, I'll let you know, buddy. Morning, Rick. Merry Christmas.
And maneuver easily within the blind. All models can handle Consumer Pro video and perform quietly in the field. You can even custom pick your setups with Fourth Arrow camera arms. If you're looking to tape your hunts this season, check out FourthArrowCameraArms.com. Outdoors Dan approved for the field for great video action. Are you getting ready for hunting season? Well, you've done your homework, and now the time is getting close. One thing after you've harvested that deer or wild game, where are you going to take it? Well, I have an answer. The Milo Locker in Milo, Iowa. The Milo Locker has been processing wild game and general locker animals for over 15 years. Daryl and Angie are...
Oh, can't believe it's Christmas Monday. This year went quick, didn't it?
You can have your deer, moose...
We'll be starting to talk about crappie, walleye, and turkey here pretty quick. Flip the old switchy.
Daryl does a great job making snack sticks.
I'm already thinking about turkeys, to be honest with you. I'm already starting to get the old spitting and drumming going in my head. I know people get mad at me when I say this, but I hope we get a big cold front coming through because we need about 10 days of 25, 30 degree weather. I know. Shut up, Dan. I know.
I see it every day with people dealing with relationship issues, parenting struggles, anxiety, depression, or folks just looking for a new direction or plan in their life. If you find yourself struggling...
Scott says he loves him some wild turkey. Scott, you need to... Scott's a taxidermist down in Oklahoma. Scott, you need to start squatching. Give me squatch reports when you go out. Everybody keeps telling me there's a lot of Bigfoot down there. I got a couple friends of mine that see him all the time. I might actually go down to Oklahoma next year and do a little squatching. I would love to see one because I've got questions. And I'll be honest with you. If I was a human, what are they, hominid? If I was a
human.
Yeah, if I was a human. If I was an intelligent hominid, like Bigfoot's supposed to be, and I could be as stealthy as they are, and I would stay away from us too. Who would want to be around us? We're rude, no manners. We're always leaving trash around. You know, all the negativity going on. I'd stay as far away from us as possible. I think they're smart. But I do got questions. If I ever get to see one, I'm gonna
ask you some questions.
questions for Bigfoot. Questions for the big guy.
Do that as a segment.
A segment?
Questions for Bigfoot.
Oh. You know, they probably sit around in their caves and stuff every night and just talk about the insanity they see with us going on. I had people walk by me today, Fred. They had their nose in their phone. They didn't even. I was 5 feet away from them. They didn't even see me. Really? I mean, I could see those conversations happening.
You love hearing that old Tom sound off while you're in the field. Well, then you need to check out a live.
I've never seen a squat. Scott? Me neither. I'd like to, though. Our son gave me a very fancy big glass last night. It was wrapped in camel paper. Super cool. That sounds awesome.
Dave Smith gobbler decoy, and then apply their patented system that allows you to raise your decoy's tail down, move it side to side, and even walk that tom up and back while it's on the platform. Live action decoys are so amazingly.
Hey, Diamond D Outdoors. That's the chest holster people that up in Alaska. Mike and the gang up there. Everything's made in the U.S. They got some really cool. Go check them out. Diamond D Outdoors. They got a big Christmas sale going on right now. If you have a gun nut or gun enthusiast in your family that likes revolvers or likes to go hunting or fishing, and they like to carry their sidearm on their chest, they've got a big sale going on. Santa 10 is the discount code. Santa 10. Really not. I love mine. Welcome back to Cooking with Cookies Barbecue Sauce on 1350's ESPN. No BS except the BS we put on your table. That's barbecue sauce. Here are the hosts of the show, Mr. Speed Herrick, everybody. Good morning, Speed.
Morning. How you doing, Dan?
It's always fun when you're on.
Well, good. That's what life's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is supposed to be fun. Yeah. Now, have you got all your rolls already done for Christmas dinner?
Yep. Got 4 dozen, 48 of them.
Yeah, I know everybody flips out on your rolls. They are good.
Well, I like them. And then, like we was talking earlier with that ham gravy, I'd say take one of those rolls, split it in half, and just dump ham gravy on it. Not too bad.
Yeah, Jenny bought another couple turkeys. Turkeys are cheap right now if you're looking for a cheap food. And I'm going to have to get me a smoker because I was either thinking about that Weber grill that I bought off of you. I was thinking about spatchcocking a turkey and maybe cooking that on the grill after the first of the year. Or Jenny said she really. I got rid of my smoker. I gave it to Larry because Jenny doesn't like smoked meats, but she finally started eating smoked meats again, or she likes it now. So I'm gonna have to get me another smoker, I guess.
Well, tell Larry to blink his eyes and just steal it back from him.
Yeah, no, are you kidding me? I bet you that smoker's deep in the Ozarks and 10 feet high and razor wire. Yeah, I ain't getting that one back. But I probably want to get a Speed Special if I get one. So.
I did some smoke on that. It's a pellet grill.
Yeah.
Not a pellet smoker, but that Weber and that and I'll bet your better half would probably really like the meat off of there because it gets a smoke flavor, but not a real heavy one.
Yeah, she'd probably like that. Scott wants to know, how do you do your ham gravy?
I'll just take and pull it off, and I'll either use milk or water, either one, and then either cornstarch or flour, either one. I mean,
you're just using the drippings off your ham after you smoke it.
Yep, and then what I'll do is if I want to boost the flavor a little bit, you can go in the grocery store. Every grocery store carries it. I always usually pick mine up at Hy-Vee, but they've got a ham base. So they've got beef base and vegetable base and chicken base. And I just take the ham base and I'll add like 1 or 2 teaspoons of that to the juice coming off there. And that amps the flavor of that ham up really good. And I'd say probably 95% of the time add that to the juices because it just gives it a lot deeper flavor.
Gotcha. That sounds good. Just kind of make a roux, right?
Yeah, and then just you can either thin it out. Then once you get the roux made, you can thin it out with either water or milk.
Yep.
If you really want to boost the calories, use half and half.
Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, David. I wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. Scotty in Oklahoma says thank you, Speed.
Yeah. Well, hey, I want before we get off the air, I want to wish all the listeners out there a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year too, Dan. And thanks for all the support through the year.
Oh, you're one of my best buddies, man. I tell people this all the time. When I was already on the radio down in St. Louis when I moved up here, and I started up here. I've been here. This will be going on 24 years now. And you, Van Harden, when I was over on the other stations, Van took me over. You were at a playhouse or somewhere, and you were one of the very first people I met. Now, this was in like November, and you're out there in your little floppy hat and shorts in November. And Van goes, "Come on, I got somebody I want you to meet." And we went over there, and I've been bugging you ever since. And of all the blessings in my life, you're definitely one of them, pal.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I take back half the bad things I've been saying about you now.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. You've definitely made my trip up to Iowa a better one. That's for sure. So.
I thought
Hey.
you said that's the reason you wanted to move back to Missouri.
Nah. I don't know what I'm going to do, Speed. I'm going to try and do the show another 10 years. I'm going to always have to work because I've been in radio, but I work for myself, so I have no retirement. And, you don't make a lot of money doing what I do, but I love it's been an honor and a privilege to do it for 26 years. And I want to keep going as long as God lets me. But, Jenny and I were talking about maybe, in 10 years or so, moving up. She's from Minnesota, and you know how much I love fishing up in northern Minnesota and hunting. Maybe moving up there and open up like a little bait shop and, may have her do like home cooked baked rolls and stuff like that. And I think that'd be kind of a neat retirement deal.
Well, the other thing you can do is just kind of set up a deal where like she could cook up the fish and somebody catches.
Well, there you go. I told her we'd call it Jenny's Buns.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, you want any Jenny's Buns? Just come and bring your fish and come and get them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they do, there's a couple places that do that up there on Lake Winnie. You can take your fresh walleye and stuff in there, and they'll fry them up for you for so much money.
Yeah, and I think that's really neat because that's the best it's ever going to taste is right after you catch it.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be neat. But geez, in 10 years you'll only be 70. You're just halfway there then.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You think about that stuff as you get older. Look at Jan. Jan Michelson, who I just one of the nicest and most brilliant people in the world, and then Jan had that stroke, and he couldn't keep going, and it broke my heart to see him in like that.
Yeah, and the good Lord has. He's already decided how we're going to end it, and I have always said if we could control that, we'd probably screw that up too. But
I always say if you want to hear God laugh, just tell him your plans.
Yep, there you go. And my mom always said, when you're born, God puts your name on a slip of paper, and when He decides to call you home and picks up that piece of paper, you're on your way. I mean, it's so true. I feel lucky at 85 that I can still. Soon to be 86, but feel lucky that I can go like I go yet, and I just figure just keep going as long as I can, and when the good Lord's ready to call me home, I'll be ready to go.
Well, you just keep taking those moonshine IVs and you'll be all right.
Oh yeah, boy, I'll tell you that really does it. Just throw a little bit of that in there, a little moonshine, a little bit of strawberries. Life is good.
Hey, I don't think I told you this or not, but we're going to be Larry and I in Revelton Distillery. We're working on a thing for next fall. It's going to be called Whiskeys and Whitetails. We're going to have a country music artist from Nashville come up and do an acoustical concert at the distillery, and so I'll tell everybody who that is when I can. We've already got it worked out. He's had several hits on the radio, and I'm going to make sure that you and Janet are going to be able to come down there for that. Okay?
That sounds good. You don't know what day of the week it's going to be on yet, do you?
Oh, I'll work all that out with you as soon as I know the dates and stuff, because I know you got the rib wagons and stuff you got to do. But it'll be in October, so it'll be late October probably.
Oh, okay. Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. So, because we're gonna go take him hunting after the deal in Missouri and Iowa, and film some TV shows with him.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So, but we'll make sure we get the cookies down there for you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go because it's a half hour with you always goes way too quick, and I'm behind again. So.
Right, well, hey, have a good one, my friend, and have a very Merry Christmas.
Tell him the website.
And straighten out Larry.
Yeah, I will. Tell him your website.
BBQ.com.
Yeah.
Secret recipes.
Yeah, and you got gift packs and stuff always online.
Yep. The old cookies gift packs and cookbooks and everything are all online. Just go to cookiesbbq.com.
All right. May the sauce be with you.
There you go.
Bye, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
There he goes. What a treasure, man. I love that man. 8:35 and some change. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN. What a guy. That's a good dude right there. All the BS I got to put up with the last week or so, that right there makes it right. You take the good with the bad, right?
That's right. A pet stop system will not only keep your pet from leaving your desired area outside, but can also be set up to keep your pet out of areas in your home.
I still need a buck. Hank, I'm looking forward to that too, man. That's going to be a fun night. Whiskeys and Whitetail at Revelton Distillery. We got a lot of work to do, Hank. That's going to be a fun event. And you guys are going to be pretty happy when you find out who the guy coming is. Would have been, I asked Larry, can you get, what's her name? What's Lainey Wilson? I said, can you get Lainey Wilson? He just starts laughing at me. Because Larry knows her boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah, he talks to her boyfriend. Larry knows a lot of people in Nashville. Yeah. Lainey Wilson would have been awesome. Been very happy to take him and her hunting. Of course, I wouldn't have had the chance. It would have been Larry.
Well,
not me.
Larry.
I'd be, here, go wait in the truck. I don't want you screwing it up.
It wouldn't be a bad thing.
Oh, it would have been, yeah. I'm going to be lucky to MC the thing.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Give a couple good liners.
Yeah.
Sing a little.
Yeah. You call him Smelter? I don't know if he's going to be on today or not.
I think he said something about it.
Hey guys, Outdoors Dan here. Do you have a message that you need help getting?
I got winners. I need to announce this pretty quick, don't I? I've been dragging it out. Somebody's going to be happy.
Let's talk a little bit about Chase Decals in Ames, Iowa, and what they can do for you. I just got my truck wrapped up at Chase Decals in Ames, and they did an amazing job. Josh, Bob, and the staff.
Man, what a nice Christmas show today, huh? Howard was on. I'm looking forward to that next year. If you play fantasy football, we're going to be giving some subscriptions away. Yeah. It's like a $400 deal. Is that right? 30. What do you say? $39 a month? $500-600 bucks?
Yeah. just one of those.
That's a nice deal.
I ordered some and a month and a half ago, and they're not here. So
What? It's something from Joe?
yeah. Well, no. Yeah. No, Joe's getting me that Outdoors Dan
Discount on a car. You getting a car?
It's in the next couple of years. Yeah, I know what I get.
Well, just wait and see if I buy anything, and then buy it afterwards because you'll get a better deal.
Oh yeah. That way, then I can kind of gauge.
It's the 30-day guarantee. If I buy something after me 30 days later, you'll get a way better deal.
Too many projects stacking up at home, and do you need some help? Don't worry, just call Project
You
Partners
think
Design
so,
and
but
Hankening. Rob and
I guess
Megan
it
Fair
is
have been
the
helping folks
season
catch up on
for-
home projects since
Yeah, put a
2017.
hold on.
Project Partners Design specialize on refinishing
You never
cabinets,
know.
mantles,
You too, Naked Buckhead. Merry Christmas, buddy.
nothing but the best materials on
He'll
home
be on
jobs.
point
For example, on
someday,
deck
so
projects, they
forget
use
his own
Rhymer
name.
Extreme Weather Deck Stain that'll last a long time in our Iowa weather.
We are
Rob and
here
Megan
for
can
support.
also
We're here
help
for
you
There you go, David. Good luck. Merry Christmas.
We are just back.
I'm in first place, and I had a first-round bye, but I ain't feeling good about this weekend. I might be out. Have the best record all year, and once again, I got injuries. Yeah, listen to him. Mr. finished last.
I did not finish last.
Second to last.
Not even second to last.
Third to last.
Third to last.
Oh, you're third to last. You're at least third.
Oh, no, I'm right in the middle of the pack.
Look them up on Facebook, and help will be on the way. This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan. It's the Christmas show, and here's your gift for the year, Smoking Joe Smeltzer. Merry Christmas, Joe.
Merry Christmas. How are you today?
I'm good. You working today?
Yeah.
Are you? Wow. Working on Christmas.
Well, are you surprised or something?
Yeah, I am actually.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, well, hey, you know, what'd you say?
It's the thought that counts, right?
Well, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, I can see why you want to work now because there's like 72-month free financing and
they're actually paying you if you want.
They're what?
Just kidding. Come on now.
Come on, Dan.
No, I was going to say, it wouldn't surprise me. I made my first... I made my first truck payment yesterday or the day before, and it's like, okay, 72 months, 0% financing. Here we go.
Well, 10%.
How much?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
He's messing with you.
There's no 0%, so you don't have to worry about it or complain.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not complaining.
Well, I'm just preventing you from complaining.
Yeah, that's all right. So what do you got going on for Christmas specials today? I mean, what can you do for somebody at Carl Chevrolet for Christmas?
Well, surprisingly, I have a Suburban. So that's like new news that doesn't happen very often. Is because the Suburbans are one of the toughest things to get right now, just because they just don't make a whole lot, and then they only give us a few each month. So I had a customer have a Suburban that's available, or they just decided not to take it. So I have a pearl white high country Suburban available, which doesn't happen very often, like I said.
Yeah.
And then I have a brand new Corvette available, which is also something that just doesn't become available very often. So I have two kind of rare gems that just happen to be available to work with. So,
yeah. What about pick-em-up trucks?
Pick-em-up trucks, I got plenty of trucks. The 23s, those are kind of disappearing pretty quickly and have anywhere from $6,000 to $7,000 in rebates. And that's the first time we've gotten rebates of that size for easily 2 or 3 years, I want to say. And then the 24s have anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 in rebates. It just kind of depends on what you qualify for. So that it's just good to see rebates kind of kicking back up, just because inventory is starting to build up. So it's been keeping pretty busy over the last few weeks. So.
All right. Well, get in there and see Joe, because February we're probably going to start doing the Chevy Work Sharp Challenge. If you go see Joe at Carl Chevrolet and kick the tires on a truck, you got a chance to win some Iowa Deer Classic tickets and a Work Sharp electric sharpener. How about that?
And it's sharp.
And it's sharp. Stay sharp when you're Chevy and stay sharp in the woods. So, all right. Well, thanks for everything. Thank you for another great year. Merry Christmas to you. I love my new. I love my Trail Boss. Thank you very much.
You too, buddy. You guys have a great Christmas and enjoy some family time.
I will. You do the same, and I hope Santa's nice to you.
You too, buddy. We'll see you soon.
All right. Tell them where they can find you.
1101 Southeast or Labor at the Rock.
All right, buddy. We'll catch up with you. You going to be around next week?
I think so. I'll keep you posted if I'm not, though. So, But I should be around. Yep.
Okay. Thanks, Joe.
Yep. See ya.
There he goes, jingling all the way down Oro Labor Road. All right, 8:43 and some change. I got to hit a break. We come back. I'm going to tell you who won the big bonanza. Let me tell you about Herman's Fine Jewelers real quick. You still have time today to go to Herman's Fine Jewelers, 2900 University Avenue in West Des Moines, to get a gift that will make a difference. It's going to brighten somebody's life up. 45 years in business. They don't stay around that long if you're not good at helping people and offering great deals. Frank and Donnie do a great job each and every day. They got in-store jewelry repair. They got custom jewelry options available. You can bring jewelry in. You need to buy some extra toys for the tots. Take something that you don't wear anymore. They're going to give you some good money for that, and you can hit the town and go do some more Santa helping. It's all right there for you at 2900 University West Des Moines at Herman's Fine Jewelers, 222-2600. Tell them the Outdoor Guy sent you. I'll be right back. Thanks, Ken. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Are you
Same
into
to you.
hunting, fishing, camping, or tailgating? If you are, we'd like to introduce you to Arctic Ice. Arctic Ice is a brand new way to keep
I hear you.
beverages and camping supplies cold and fresh.
Oh, why are we not playing Christmas music? Well, here's the deal about that. If I play Christmas music, Facebook shuts the video down. Even though I pay ASCAP and all these other fees, they keep questioning if I have the right to play the music, which I do. And I've tried to explain that to them several times, but they seem, so that's why we play duty-free music. That's why I'm not playing Jingle Bells. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. There you go.
If you want your game, fish, or camping goods to stay fresh and cold as possible without the mess of regular ice, go check out Arctic Ice Packs today. You can find models of Arctic Ice Packs at Sportsman's Warehouse.
Tomorrow is my dad's birthday. Can't believe he's been gone since 1998. Christmas Eve is always a tough one, man. I miss my pop. He died way too young, 58. Especially since I'm 59. That's nuts. It's bad, pretty bad when you pass your dad's age, huh? Yeah, sucks. He was so fun at Christmas time, especially on his birthday. I miss him. If your pop is around and mom's around, make sure you call them and tell them you love them. And because I'm telling you, once they're gone, they can't do it again. I sent my mom a bunch of flowers. Was that Thursday or Friday? She got them, and she was so happy. And sent a big Christmas arrangement and stuff. Gotta spoil them while you can.
When you're getting ready to outfit your next outdoor adventure, there's one place in Ankeny that's your one-stop outdoor shop. That's Sportsman's Warehouse. The Sportsman's Warehouse has everything you need from fishing, hunting, firearms, and camping gear that will make any outdoor trip a success. Sportsman's Warehouse carries nationally known brands that have been tried and proven in the field and on the water. Smokers and grills that will cook all your meat easy to prepare.
We need to give away a smoker. I haven't done that in a while. I need to work on that. I miss some of the stuff we used to do. We used to do barbecue contests. Remember those? Those were fun. I tell you what, though, I never had so much complaining in my life when we announced the winners and the people that didn't win. Oh my gosh! Well, what was wrong with this? Well, our food was extremely. It was horrible. It was horrible. That's why we quit doing it. I got tired of hearing it. All I can tell you was a blind taste test. This is what I thought. You know, people, man, they can't take it.
We've got a number of pre-owned golf carts in all types of price ranges, available with fancy wheels.
I'm sorry, Ken. Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Let the folks at Speeds handle your golf cart needs. Check out our website.
Did you hear what Speed just said?
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
Outside our door, let's let it all in. Children have been waiting.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio on 1350 ESPN. All right, we got winners. Got a drum roll? Do you have a drum roll?
I do not now, but I can.
Well, I'm going to wait for Andrew to give me a drum roll. So here's what we did. We started doing this contest back in August, September, something like that, October. Maybe it was October. And I wanted to do a bow giveaway for Christmas because we always have a lot of folks that enjoy that. Some folks are tight on a budget, and some folks haven't had a new bow in a while. And it's always nice to, especially when people win that are in that category. And I don't know if that's the case now, but it just makes me feel good when somebody wins something that they really, really appreciate. So give me a drum roll, Andrew. All right, the Outdoor Call Christmas Bonanza giveaway. The first winner is Tyler Theron from New Jersey. Ding ding! Tyler got himself a brand new Gearhead Disruptor 24 bow thanks to Skippy and all the fine folks at Gearhead. Tyler, Skippy is going to be in touch with you, and he's going to custom build that for you. The next bow was one of my Elite Omnia bows in a box. And the winner of the Elite Omnia bow is Jason Gunn from Waukee, Iowa. Woo! How about that? Jason, congratulations. I told you I went ahead and I drew some other names. We're going to give away a pair of Itasca hunting boots just because it's Christmas. And the winner of that is Jim Fediker. And Jim is from Iowa as well. So congratulations, Jim. And there you go. There's your 2023 Outdoor Call Christmas Bonanza winners. And I want to thank everybody that took the time to send me screenshots every day and do that. And we'll do it. We're going to do more contests. We'll do it again next year. I already talked to Skippy at Gearhead about that. And we got some other stuff coming up for the Deer Classic. And you know me, we always got people. We want to keep you engaged and have fun. Fishing reports for the week brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse. Go fish. There you go. How about that? Go fish. I'm not even going to waste my time. It's all the same.
No, you go fish.
No, it's fair, slow, fair. Spirit Lake. Black crappie bites good. Gills are good. Perch are good. Walleye are good. You're welcome, Tyler. Congratulations. Thank you, Scotty. Scotty said congratulations to all the winners. Scotty was in that contest a lot. Scotty was listening almost every day. Thank you for doing that, Scott. I had a lot of people. Here, let me do this real quick because I'm not going to read the fishing reports because they stink. Where's my folder? Where's my folder? Bill Igner, James Fediker, Chris Steele was in there. Tony Casey, Richard Cron. Richard's out new East Coast. Josh Ellis, Steven Scarcelli, Scotty Mueller, Scuba Steve, Michelle Erickson, Tony was in there. John Pryor, Scott Mitchell, Corey Bangs, Greg, Mike Simmons. Let's see. Gosh, who's Skylar B, Michael Einston, Robert Pickle, Karen Garryman, Willis Enos, is that really a real name? Willis Enos? Sean DeBoeuf. Let's see here. Tony Sowers, Ken, our buddy Ken. Ken's in there a bunch. What are you laughing about? Kenny Cole. Did I miss the shirt sale? No, Ken. I just explained that about 20 minutes ago. I'm gonna have to wait because we're not gonna be with the Elite anymore. Elite. It's a long story. I'll go in it later. But I got the shirt sale on hold because I need to work out a prize for it again because I'm not going to have an Elite bow to give away. So that's what's going on there. That's why I've been kind of holding that up because I knew something wasn't right there, and I got the word Monday or Tuesday that they weren't going to honor their deal. So anyway, that's what's going on, Ken. Just stay tuned for more details because I don't want to give something away and then we don't have the prize to give away. Okay, so there you go. Anyway, thanks to everybody that went through. I got more people. Larry Fenders. Is that a real name, Larry Fenders? I think I'm getting anonymous names. Scott James. Thank you, Scott. He was in here a bunch. There's a lot of people in there. So, all right. 8:53 and some change.
We're doing pretty good on time.
Yeah. You know, I tell you one guy we're really doing good time with, and that's Dr. Scott Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi. He's just bought a couple more dental practices. I got news for you. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. I talked to a good friend of mine. How many airgun fans do I have out there? Do I have a lot of airgun fans? How about a 50 caliber airgun?
No.
50 cal airgun.
What?
I'm not making that up. I'm in negotiations right now with a friend of mine who just took over the marketing directing of a major air rifle company. And Jacob, Merry Christmas to you. We might have some air guns on the Outdoor Call radio platform because we can't do it here because it's an air gun, but it's a gun. So we'll have to do that on the Outdoor Call radio network. So if you haven't downloaded that app, it's free to do it. And it's free to listen. Larry wants me to start charging like a $5 a year fee or something. I don't know if I want to do that. He goes, well, you should. All the content you got on there and everything else. And I told everybody I was going to try and keep that free as long as I can. But I don't want to charge because I want it to be there for everybody. Good morning, Richard. I want it to be there for people to go and listen when they get a chance to listen Monday through Sunday. It's 24 hours, 7 day a week outdoor programming. I've got some new shows coming on, including I might have an air rifle show coming on. That's part of the deal we're working out. I also got another couple shows coming on board. But go download the Outdoor Call Radio app if you can. Really want you to do it on iTunes. If you're an Apple user, please download that for me. I need to get my Apple stuff up. We're up 120% right now, but I need to get the numbers up. Android's kicking butt. I got way more Android listeners than I do iPhone users, which I didn't. It's weird, but I do. But anyway, if I get this airgun thing worked out, we're going to have an airgun deal to do next year. So and I mean, you go hunting with that thing. I mean, it's cool. So I'll tell you more about that later. Let me get back to Dr. Yagi. If you are new to the area and you need a new dentist, I want that airgun to snipe hogs. Scott, they do that. I mean, you can take larger game with those things. It's crazy. And it's going to be neat when we get this done. I'm telling you. Dr. Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi is my Jedi dentist. They've been voted best dentist in Ankeny for years. There's a reason for that. When you walk through the door, they are so nice. They take great care of you. And you're not going to have to worry about going to the dentist because Dr. Yagi uses the Force to calm you down. He's a Jedi dentist. They can take care of your cleanings, your cavities, your fillings, your root canals. They can even help you with the smile you always wanted with Invisalign. If you need more information about a great dental practice, go online at AnkenySmiles.com. Check out Advanced Family Dentistry, 907 North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny, Iowa. That's where I go. That's where you should go. You can call them at 964-1490, 964-1490. And when you leave there, they should say, may the floss be with you.
The floss will be with you.
He's a little late today, folks. There you go. All right, that's it for me and Andrew. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
We appreciate you. Thank you for making us part of your weekend here on 1350 ESPN. We'll be back next week, God willing. And I hope this is one of the best Christmases for you and your family you ever had. We appreciate you so much. Keep it here, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday next week on Buck Talk Radio. Thanks, everybody. Bye! Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless you. I'll see you soon. Congrats to all the winners.